Shout out to our sponsor, Movement Watches.
Get multiple watches in one with bands you can switch out for a whole new look, because who needs to buy a whole new watch for every occasion?
Not you.
No.
Get 15% off your entire purchase at mvmtwatches.com/theknow.
Do a barrel roll.
Welcome to The Know, I'm Ashley Jenkins.
I'm Gus Sorolla.
Congrats, Poke trainers. You did it. You really did it. You got Pokemon Go banned from an entire country.
Sweet.
Yeah, right?
It only took 1 month, loads of trespassing, injuries, dangerous driving, and one set of parents arrested for neglecting their children to go on Pokewalks, but Pokemon Go has now reached a level of enough notoriety for state officials in Iran to ban the game outright.
Also, parents, your kids would probably go walking.
I think a kid would like a walk. Yeah, a kid might want to look for Pokemon on a walk too, maybe.
Of all the things you leave your kids behind to do, hunting for Pokemon doesn't seem like the one that makes sense. But
I don't have a kid, but that seems like the kind of thing you would take a kid to do.
It does, but I guess that's just more Arcticunas for the rest of us.
Yay.
The game was officially Pokemon Node in Iran as of this weekend, following a few weeks of the government hinting that might be the case.
The decision to send players back indoors was made by the governing body in Iran that supervises the internet, also known as the Supreme Council of Virtual Spaces. That sounds badass. Sounds like a really lame WoW guild or a really awesome B movie.
I would watch that movie. According to the Supreme Council, the game is being banned because of security concerns, most likely having to do with specific locations the government is wary about people wandering a little bit too close to. Probably they're like Area 51s.
Previously, the Iranian government had said that it was considering allowing the massively popular location-based augmented reality game to continue in Iran, but only if Niantic moved data service to Iran and removed certain locations from being viewable within the game's map. Speaking about the game's ban with the ISNA news agency, the head of the Supreme Council, that's just fun to say.
It's so good to say.
Head of the Supreme Council said that the ruling was reached because there are many problems with the game, and security-wise, it can create problems for the country and our people.
He reportedly went on to say that any games operating within the country need permission from its Ministry of Culture, and the Pokemon Go app has not yet requested such permission. So maybe there's a chance they'll reverse that decision. They just have to request, but probably not.
Ministry of Culture sounds like a civilization thing. The Supreme Council of Virtual Spaces was formed back in 2012, and since then has been fairly active in terms of what content is and is not banned from the internet in Iran.
Although that hasn't stopped millions of Iranians from continuing to use banned services like Facebook and Twitter as a few examples. According to some reports, as many as 1 in 4 Iranians use the banned messaging app Telegram, for instance.
VPNs are your friend. Citizens are able to circumvent these sanctions by the use of anti-filtering software to get around the state-imposed internet bans, which is how the numbers stay so high for the banned sites and applications. They've gotten pretty used to hopping software over there. However, there's no telling if this will actually be useful to continue playing Pokemon Go.
It might be a little bit difficult considering the location-based parts of it. It'd also be pretty obvious to just about anybody in public if you were playing Pokemon Go, whereas some of those other banned items, you can use those a little bit discreetly, but look, when you're out, you know if someone is playing Pokemon.
Absolutely.
You just look at them and you know.
Absolutely. Pokemon Go's Iranian outlawing caps off a number of concerned authorities from all around the world who have been vocal about Pokemon Go since the first few hours of its launch. We've seen groups of people restricted from using the app before, but not an entire country just yet.
Last month, Indonesia banned police officers from playing the game while on duty, which, I mean, that one makes a little bit of sense. You want your cops catching bad guys, not Bellsprouts. Come on, logic.
And last week, New York banned nearly 3,000 sex offenders from playing Pokemon Go and from playing any online games, actually. Again, another sensible measure.
Yeah, but some of the proposed bans on the game have been a little bit less so. One Cossack religious leader criticized the app, saying it smacks of Satanism. To be fair, it is pretty evil when you waste like 17 Pokeballs on a Scyther before it flees, but Satanism?
Hail Scyther. Most of the time, however, government authorities have simply been concerned over the safety of players, and gamers haven't always made it easy on them.
We've all heard the ridiculous stories like the teens who stole a boat in London to catch Pokemon on the water, or the 2 Canadian teens who inadvertently caused an international incident by wandering into the United States. Those guys had to be apprehended by federal marshals.
Well, federal marshals gotta catch them all. Some incidents aren't quite as dramatic, but still concerning, such as the numerous cases of trespassing that have been happening all around the world. Plus the amount of annoyed non-players who have people loitering on or near private property to fill up at Pokestops.
And then there have been some incidents that have been less funny and legitimately more serious. Just last night, news broke about a 20-year-old man who was shot and killed at a San Francisco park while he was playing the game. So we laugh at some of the stuff that happens, and then there's some stuff that's like seriously fucked up.
Yeah, but despite the volume of real safety problems and possibly even security risks, at the moment the game still seems to be marching on. After hitting some snags last week with upset users, Pokemon Go went live in 15 new territories around the globe, including Thailand, Vietnam, Cambodia, and Taiwan, plus a bunch of places we can't pronounce.
We can do those ones though.
Gallahorn.
And all of its early success has come before it's even gone live in India and China. Both of those will no doubt add millions of more players to the ranks. Although China's already got plenty of clones that are doing just as well, apparently. Because it's China.
Right.
That's what they do.
As for how the app is doing where it really counts, Pokemon Go just finished its first month with over $200 million in revenue, which is not only record-breaking, but record-shattering.
Yeah, it's more than broke. It's shattered. Sensor Tower posted a report of the app's crazy first month numbers over the weekend, revealing that it crushed the former title holder Clash Royale, which earned just around $125 million in its opening month.
Let's make a mobile game.
We should.
What are we doing here? Before that, Candy Crush Soda Saga was one of the record holders, which launched back in 2014 to the tune of $25 million in revenue for its first month. So not only did Pokemon Go completely outclass these two, it's showing how far mobile apps have come in terms of earning potential in just the last 2 years.
But when you consider all the reports of angry users leaving in droves over the last week, the shutdowns of third-party apps, the removal of features, the legendaries getting taken away, that still sympathize with that, hurts inside, and Pokeballs are going missing from players' accounts. The real test is going to be how Pokemon Go does in its next month. Traditionally, hot apps do fall off pretty hard after the first 30 days, some even quicker than that, which makes sense to some degree because all the people that are super, super interested in it have got it and they've downloaded it and they've played it, and then a lot of people will go, that was cool, but like I'm done now, so it's just the way stuff goes.
They made $200 million. I think they've already made their money back.
They're doing fine.
They're doing fine.
I think I remember seeing something about they had to make $30 million a month or so in order to be profitable based on development costs and maintenance and all that. So I think they got
They're probably doing all right. What do you guys think of Pokemon Go finally getting banned in an entire country? Let us know in the comments.
And for future updates on Pokemon No, like this video and subscribe to the
No.
Go?
Don't subscribe there. Subscribe here.
Thanks to Movement Watches for sponsoring this update.
Movement watches are made with versatility in mind because you don't want to buy a new watch for every occasion.
That gets expensive.
Yeah.
If you're wearing brown shoes, instead you just switch out your metal band for a brown leather band like
Bam.
this one. New watch.
You see it, she just described it. Brown leather band and
You got the blue face with like the blue detailing?
Yeah.
It's nice. I got the black band, I got the black face with the rose gold. I haven't found anything.
Goes with black shoes.
Yeah, I haven't found anything that this doesn't go with yet, but to be fair, I wear a lot of black. Watches start at $95, but you can get 15% off your entire purchase when you go to mvmtwatches.com/theknow.